Hi friendlings, welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I would do my 3 months postpartum and kind of give you an update on Pip being 3 months old now. When she turned exactly 3 months, she was actually 13 weeks, which is very annoying in regards to it doesn't line up, obviously, with the different weeks in each month. You know what I'm trying to say. So yeah, so Pip is currently 3 months. Well, she's coming up to her 14th week, basically. So I thought I'd run through the bits and pieces for her first, and then I would run through the bits and pieces for me. So Pip is currently, I've literally written everything down here. Pip is currently trying to roll over. She is getting her entire bottom half of her body over. It's just the shoulders part that she's not entirely convinced over. She can't just like bring her shoulder round. Night before last, she actually did it with a bit of help. I kind of turned her butt over far enough that she was able to pull her shoulder through, which was amazing. I got it all on camera as well. But we haven't actually seen her do it herself yet, although she is kicking off at the bottom of like mats and things like that, trying to push herself up. And when she's like laying on you, she's lifting her head up now, like properly like moving around, and using her legs to kick off, sort of thing. So that's really, really amazing, and it's really nice to see. She's also grabbing stuff now. I mean, she's been grabbing at my hair for quite a while now, but it felt more like an accident before, whereas now she fully goes for it. And she also like tickles the side of me and Ollie's necks when she's cuddling you. She was playing with Ollie's beard last night and this morning. So she is really, she's starting to wake up. So she is really starting to understand that the movements of her hands and feet can get her what she wants. She kind of sort of grabbed her foot yesterday, which is exciting as well. So I'm quite excited to see her actually figure out she actually has feet. Lifting head up, I've already covered. She has been keeping her head up for a while, but I'm actually able to sit her on my hip now, and she's quite comfortably holding her head up the entire time. Like sometimes she'll lay on me, sometimes she'll have a bit of a flop, but that's very, very rare now. She basically just wants to get up and run away. She is very much wanting to be involved in what's going on in the room, and wants to be sat up all the time. Like even if I'm like laying her on my chest, she's trying to sit up the entire time. Like she won't relax because she just wants to get up, unless she's tired, obviously. With regards to that as well, actually, I'm still breastfeeding when I'm at home in the rugby ball hold, which is basically where you have them like here and the legs go behind you. So I'm still rugby balling at home, and when we're kind of rugby balling at home, if I lay her down to sort my boob out for whatever reason, she's lifting her head up trying to get up to the boob, like her whole shoulders are lifting up, which is quite impressive. Like I'm just amazed at what she can do already, and she's only 3 months old. What else is she doing? So currently I will touch on this when I'm talking about me, but I've got really, really sore nipples at the moment, so I'm trying to express as much as possible, but it's actually making my nipples worse, so I'm kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. So she is sometimes bottle feeding with still breast milk. We haven't used formula yet. Depends on how well my nipples clear up. So I'm kind of doing that as and when, and I've left Ollie with Pip a couple of times over the last few weeks as well, just a few hours at a time, just so that Pip gets used to me not being there, and constantly being on boob. She takes the bottle really well, but she just puts on her parts if I'm not well, Ollie said that she puts on her parts when I first leave, but I suppose that's because fresh milk's leaving the building. So I have a lot more confidence in what Pip wants now. 3 months old, I feel like I definitely know what she needs and what she's kind of going to want at certain times, which I probably should be talking about on my side more than Pip's side. But she's, when I'm out and about, I just know now that there's going to be certain times where she's going to want her bum changed. She doesn't want her bum changed as often anymore. We're hardly changing her, really. She's very, very good at the fact she doesn't mind having a wet bum. Like if we're in town or if we're in a shop, she will deal with it until we get home. Unless it's been in there a while, then she will 100% let me know. So that's really, really good. Her poos as well at the moment have turned into like peanut butter, which is weird. I haven't even Googled it, to be fair, but they've turned into peanut butter basically. They're very, very gooey and you could basically paint with them. So yeah, so that's kind of new. She's 100% teething. It's got to the point now where I'm having to guess whether she's actually hungry or whether she's teething. That's kind of been quite hard. Especially as like she's still jumping between 2-hour feeds to 4-hour feeds, and sometimes even like a 5-hour gap feed. Like the gaps are still sometimes inconsistent. I know I can kind of keep her at bay a little bit with a dummy, but she's preferring her hand over a dummy a lot more now. She'll take the dummy when she goes to bed, but that's pretty much it. Like it's very rare for her to have it on a nap now, which is obviously good in the long run. That's something that she's like progressing not to have. And the last thing I kind of wanted to speak to you about with regards to Pip is that her routine and sleeping. So I had a message from somebody that I've been speaking to previously on Instagram, and she was asking me about sleeping routines and kind of if I had any tips and tricks and things like that. I don't, not gonna lie. Me and Ollie are trying to get Pip into a routine, but at the same time, it was working for the first week, and then everything changed when she went through her next leap. Before she hit, it's kind of like everyone says that they go through a leap, which is basically a growth spurt at 3 months. So it was working before then. Now it's not. She's definitely going to bed later, but she'll fall asleep at around 8-9 o'clock, and then she'll want to feed at, when we go to bed at like 10:30, 11, and then she'll wake up at 4 for another feed, and then wake up at 6-7 o'clock for the next feed. Although, because I'm using nipple shields at the moment, because my nipples are that sore, she'll get halfway through a feed and then she'll get really frustrated and then pull away and then just can't be bothered to relatch. So last night she actually woke up at 2, then 4, then 6. So that's kind of an issue that I've got, because she's just getting frustrated with the nipple guard. So that's just something we're going to have to overcome. I've expressed a couple of bottles this afternoon, or just now, this morning even. It's still morning, isn't it? Yeah. Just so that she gets a full stomach later on instead of getting frustrated. Sleeping wise, she's been really, really good. Like I said, she's only waking up really, she's only waking up once between 10:30 and 4. Sometimes she doesn't even wake up at 10:30 for the feed if we bring her upstairs. She has been waking up quite a lot recently, but before then. But the most current routine is that she comes to bed when we do, because she'll fall asleep down here with us, and then we'll take her up with us. And sometimes we'll give her a bath in the mornings if that happens. If not, we're still trying to give her a bath at night. I really want to kind of implement the routine we had before she kind of went into her leap again, because she was putting herself to bed at 7:30, waking up at 10:30 for a feed, and then not waking up again till 4, and then 6. So, or 7 sometimes even. But yeah, so that's kind of Pip's update. She's on the floor asleep at the moment. Her routine in the mornings is that she'll wake up when we do, and she will be awake until Ollie goes to work, which is, he leaves here about 8:30. It was a little bit earlier this morning, so she's been asleep since he left, and that was about 8:15. No, I think it was about 10 past 8 this morning. So she definitely goes for a long sleep in the morning. So she'll wake up with us, then I'll come down here and I'll have breakfast. By the time I finish breakfast, she will go to sleep, and she will be asleep for a good 3 hours or so. So it means I can get some stuff done around the house. That does vary depending on energy levels with her, but I can pretty much guarantee about 70% of the time she will have a long nap in the mornings. And especially on a Friday, funny enough, if you guys watch my Instagram stories, you will see she has such a lazy Friday. She knows when it's Friday. She will sleep from like 8 o'clock and then not wake up till 12. Like, she'll have a good 4 hour sleep, which is good for me because then I can get loads of cleaning done. But yeah, so that's Pip. And moving on to myself, so I have currently come back into Piles Central. Woo! I'm meant to be phoning the doctors today because I have got piles again, and it's very, very sore. It's not fun. Anybody who has this, I feel for you, because just when you think you get into the swing of things and your diet's actually okay, it just comes back and haunts you. Especially if you have had a child, it's not the best feeling ever. It's very, very nerve-wracking going to the loo. Sore boobs and sore nipples. Now, this is my biggest thing right now. It's got to the point now where I use the nipple shields for a good like 3 days so my nipples can recover. I'll let Pip then relatch onto the nipple for probably 3 feeds on each boob, and I'm not even joking, the pain is unbearable again, so I have to go back to the nipple shields. So it's like I'm in a continuous cycle. I'm between a rock and a hard place because my nipples are giving off like a yellow substance as well, so they're clearly just not having the best time. My boobs are sore again. I'm worried that I'm going to end up with mastitis again. That will be my 3rd time of having it, so yeah, I am going to phone the doctors in a minute actually. So yeah, so that's kind of issue, and it really does get you down sometimes because it's like, oh, hello. It does get me down sometimes because it's like I get so far and we have such a good breastfeeding like time, and then I get to this point and I'm just like, I really hope she doesn't want to feed, which sounds horrible, but it's like I'm in so much pain. A couple of weeks ago I expressed so much so she didn't have to latch, but then because I expressed so much, my nipples were still really, really sore, so I wasn't winning at all. But yeah, so that's kind of where I am with that. What else have I been doing? I've been doing a lot of workouts recently. 2 of my best friends and my sister are getting married next year, and then the following year after that, me and Ollie are getting married. I've got hen dos and dress fittings and everything else, so working out has been massively important right now, which has been kind of a struggle, especially with my diet, because I have got a good diet, but at the same time I really struggle trying to I need to find a routine where I have time to prep food. So maybe I do need to prep dinner in the mornings, and then by the time that Ollie comes home I can cook. Or like if Pip randomly has like a sleep instead of a feed before Ollie comes home, then I can do it then. And then that would make it easier because it's just like last minute, and then we eat later, and then it's like then Pip needs to have a bath, and it's just, we lose our evening so quickly. So that's kind of where I am with that. And working out wise, I do Buggy Fit every Wednesday, and that's basically like circuit training, and Pip comes with me. But I'm also doing the Couch to 5K, which is an app I downloaded from the BBC, and basically within 9 weeks you run basically, and every week it's harder, you run for longer and you have less breaks, and then you should be able to run 5K by the end. So I've just finished my first week of that. On Friday I will be starting my second week, so it'll be a little bit harder. If you saw on Instagram, me, Zoe and Beck have been doing it all together, so it's been quite good just to have that kind of motivation, and just all of us shouting wedding and hen every so often gives you the boost you need, trust me. What else? So I'm feeling a lot more normal within myself. I'm still having a bit of like a wobble here and there, but that's because it's you being a parent, and like thinking, oh hello Ariel, thinking about everything all the time, and like I'm trying to find my routine. What are you doing? I'm trying to find my routine and trying to make sure that Pip's got her routine and everything like that. So it's been like trying to find that medium. But hello. Body, so I've lost some more weight, but I kind of like lose weight and then I keep on the same weight for a while, for a good few weeks, and then I start losing it again. So I'm at the kind of staying at the same. I'm now 11.5, so I'm still at 11.5, and I've been at 11.5 for a good few weeks. So hopefully I'll be coming up to my losing weight part again. And my stomach has kind of gone down, which I'm just checking if I need to update you with anything else. Which I will show you now. So where can I do this? Oh. Okay, so my stretch marks have, maybe it looks a little bit more on here. They have gone down a lot more than what they were. And if I show you my belly, so it has gone down a lot more. I've still got a bit of back fat and I'm still a bit jelly at the front, but when I tense and suck in, it's a lot harder than it was. So I know the workouts are working, which is really good. And I am like flatter when I'm wearing things, which is really, really nice. But yeah, so that's kind of like 3 months postpartum. I kind of can show you Pip a little bit. So she's, it's now 11:15, so when she wakes up we're gonna go to the shops, hopefully. But yeah, so that's kind of where we are and where we're at, and I can't believe that the next video of these will be 4 months. I mean, I honestly don't know where the time's gone. It's crazy. So yes, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you've got any questions, honestly, just send me a message. Like the lady that I was speaking to earlier, she was lovely. I really don't mind people messaging me. It's nice to know that we're not alone in this together. Or you can drop me a message on here. That's absolutely fine. But in the meantime, I hope you have a great week and a weekend that's following, and I will see you guys all next time. Bye.